Om Shanti. Today in the Murli we will take up many things, but first we'll talk about humility. So today Baba in the blessing talks about humility, and he says that may you be respected by all and easily achieve success with your speciality of humility. Now, the thing is, everyone wants to be respected by all and everybody wants success. But Baba is telling us that the method to do that is humility. So, Baba says, may you be respected by all and easily achieve success with your speciality of humility. And let's understand humility first. So, Baba has today told us that to be humble means to have self-respect. Okay, so to be humble means to have self-respect. Now, humility is mostly understood as giving respect. Yes, so when you are respectful, you are mostly considered humble. Now, when you are giving respect with self-respect, so you know that you are doing justice to your own nature by being respectful to the elements of nature, to other souls around you. That's called being humble by self-respect. So, you giving respect to the other has got nothing to do with they deserving your respect, and it has got everything to do with you doing justice to yourself, to your truth as a soul, because the nature of a soul is to be respectful. So I, the soul, will lose my dignity if I do anything which is not respectful. So when I understand this, that I, the soul, am designed to be respectful, so, and I am just doing justice to my own nature, to my own truth, by being respectful, and it's not about people or nature or things. I'm respectful to everything. So even when I walk, I'm respectful towards the earth. When I talk, I'm respectful to the environment I am in. When I conduct myself, I'm respectful to the person in front, because that's who I am. And when I realize that I am respecting my own truth by conducting myself in a respectful manner, that is called true humility. Yes, and otherwise it is just ego. So humility can never be, so you know, ego and hurt, they go together. So when you are respectful to somebody out of ego, so ego means because you think that their label, their position, their designation, their whatever is higher than you, and so they deserve respect and you are giving that respect, then that's a factor of ego. That's a factor of your physical identity or social identity or professional identity. And then in that case, that doesn't come from the heart. Yes, and it is just coming from, a sense of decorum, or even when it is coming from the heart, then it is based on this. So you see that if I think that there is somebody elder in the family, let's take one simple example, and I'm not even showing them respect out of just decorum, but I really genuinely think that that person deserves respect, and that's why I show him the respect. And then one day I see them doing something or saying something which I think is not respectful, then I feel hurt. Now, how can you feel hurt for doing a good karma? So, being respectful is good karma, being humble is good karma. So, then how can you feel hurt by doing good karma? This is the question. So, that was not good karma, that is ego based karma. So, it is based on your thinking that the other person deserves respect, maybe because of his qualities or his position or this or that. But good karma means karma based on truth, and the truth is you have to be respectful because you are a respectful soul, come what may. And when you do this out of self-respect, then you will never be hurt whether the other person responds or doesn't respond. And now Baba today says that if you are humble in every situation, then the other person or the elements of nature or anybody for that matter will also give back to you the humility you show to them. Why? Because even when they are not being humble, you continue to conduct yourself in humility because it's your own nature. And even if they are not able to return it to you in the first instance, slowly, gradually, your humility fills them with the power of humility and they are able to give it back to you. But for that, you have to be consistent. Now, the main thing is the whole world talks about goodness, and it's not like we never try to be good. Yes, people, there are many times we try to be loveful, there are many times we try to be peaceful, there are many times we try to be humble. Yes, you ask anybody, they have always tried. But the thing is, why are we trying? So when we try to be respectful or humble or loveful because we want the other person to respond equally or respond in the same way, then we are operating from the position of a beggar. And what happens is, as soon as they don't do it, they don't respond in the first time or second time or third time, we give up on our own goodness. But if you just did what you do because of self-realization or self-respect, that this is who I am, and even if the other person or nature or anything doesn't respond, no problem. But I have to continue to be myself because this is who I am and this is my confidence. This builds my confidence in my goodness. So I have to at least be sure about who I am. And when you understand this thing and you conduct yourself lovefully or peacefully or humbly, then you will be very consistent in your conduct. And then consistency will always bear fruit in the long run. So now the long run is not defined. So that's the thing. So you cannot put a finger on, okay, it's been 6 months, so it's been long enough, or it's been 1 year, it's been long enough. No, sometimes it takes 6 years, 10 years, but in the long run, your conduct will derive that response from the other. But you have to be consistent, and for consistency you cannot be waiting for that, for that return. And then so you have to check your purpose, because if you're doing it for return, then you cannot be consistent for very long. And if you're doing it because of self-realization, then you will continue indefinitely, and somewhere along the way that return will also come, but it doesn't matter. So the whole crux of the story is that just like when you keep running after your shadow keeps evading you. It goes further and further and further, and when you turn your back against your shadow, it starts following you. So until you are expecting other people to be humble to you, you cannot be really humble. And when you give up that expectation and realize this is my nature and this is anyways what I have to do, then you receive humility from others also in various measures, but then it's not important for you, so it doesn't matter for you. So this is it, and this is also the basis of achieving success. Now, what is success? So let's understand success. So success is not a one-dimensional thing. So sometimes you feel like you succeed in this moment, but then later on you realize that that wasn't really success. So let me give you a very simple example. So there was this brother, and he was in an office, and while he was working for many years, he worked with a lot of ego, and then he ruffled many feathers, and he rubbed people the wrong way, and still he was very successful because he got all these promotions and achievements and medals and everything. But then later on, when he was very close to his retirement, those very people who he had wronged, they came together and they forged a case against him. And that case wasn't also real, so it was not about something he did. And the thing is, this brother did not engage in any real corruption. So if you look at it legally, he did not engage in any corruption, but he engaged in spiritual corruption, which is he did not pay attention to being polite and respectful and loveful. So he did that, but he did not engage in any financial corruption per se. But the case against him was that of financial corruption. But then so many people got together that they actually, got him convicted in that case. And then he told me that, Didi, I didn't do anything wrong. So I said, are you sure you didn't do anything wrong? So you didn't do that thing wrong, but you did a lot of things wrong. So, sometimes you think that success, so I always think about success as a very holistic thing. Success is not one-dimensional. Success is not money. Success is not fame alone. Success is money plus fame plus health plus good relationships plus a peaceful mind, and most important, success is a lot of good wishes. Yes, so that is success. So success doesn't mean that no money. No, if you have good wishes, you will have money also. You will have fame also. That's not a big issue. But if you just run after money and fame, then you will get only money and fame. But if you understand that you have to do justice to your virtues, your values, and then you have to do your work also, and you have to take care that you earn blessings in the process. Then what you get is true success, holistic success. So it's not about whether money is important or not, but what's the main important question is whether money is your focal point or not. So money is a byproduct, money is not your focal point. So Baba says that has to shift, and then when you understand that humility, self-respect, and doing justice to your original nature as a soul. So I, the soul, am knowledgeful, peaceful, pure, child of Baba. So I have to do justice to this truth of mine that I am God's child himself. And when I remember this and conduct myself in that way, then everything will follow. There will be success, there will be achievement, everything. And it will be holistic. It's not like, now I'm not saying that if you really, follow the rules, if you really do everything according to Srimad, then you will have good health in the sense you will never fall ill. No. Good health, what is good health? Good health doesn't mean you will never fall ill. Yes, good health means, see, we are in Kali Yuga. Baba has told us that you are in the end of your 84 births. So, physical illness is a truth of the time. Yes, these days, doctor tell you that most of the diseases that are there are not even lifestyle related. They are just there. So, when you get a disease, the doctor says, we don't know the source, but it's just there. And then sometimes they also tell you there is no treatment also. But we can tell you what we've done in other cases and you just go with it. So this is how it is these days. So what is good health? Good health means, so have you heard the saying, pain is mandatory but suffering is a choice? Yes, so good health doesn't mean there is no pain. There is pain, but there is no suffering. There is pain. Pain is managed, pain is taken care of, pain is treated, but there is no suffering. And do you know why we suffer? We don't suffer because of pain. We suffer because there is a realization that this pain is self-inflicted. You know that it has got something to do with your karma, and it is very subtle. Yes, I remember there was this one brother, and he felt, so I am not saying that he didn't or he did, but he felt that he has not been honest with Baba. So, and this is his feeling. So he knew that, he felt that he has not been honest with Baba. And then, he went through an operation of the body. He was himself a doctor. And then he went through an operation of the body. And when that operation went wrong, although, he was treated 70%, so his treatment was not that bad. He got treated 70%. But there was something that went wrong. And then for that 30%, he felt that because he had not been honest with Baba, that happened. And then he called me and he said, Didi, I think that this is a punishment. So I said, why do you think like that? It's nothing of that sort. You have been Baba's good child. And it's not like that, bhai. And anyways, Baba doesn't punish anybody. So Baba is the ocean of love. So why do you think like that? And then he said, no, Didi, this is a realization. So you see that it's not about the pain, it's not about the situation, but your experience of a situation is very related to your karma. Do you get this thing? Yes, what's the suffering that you experience, the emotional suffering or the suffering of the mind that you experience during a pain has to do with karma. Otherwise, you take care of the pain externally and you're very happy and peaceful and light on the inside. Yes, so this is something that we need to understand. So Baba says holistic success means you will always be happy. You will, even if there are some karmic settlements, because we are going through, we are at the end of the 84 births, and obviously this is the time of settlement, and Baba has mentioned this in the Murli also today, that this is the time of settlement. Do you understand what the time of settlement means? So all your previously unpaid bills are coming up for settlement. Yes, so all your karma for 63 births are coming up for settlement. And it's a very beautiful word, They are not coming to haunt you or punish you. They are coming for settlement. Now let's take a very physical example. There is somebody you took a loan from, and he has come to ask you to repay the loan, right? Is that a problem? No. When does that become a problem? When you don't have the money. Right? When you don't have the money, that becomes a problem. It is not a problem. You took money from somebody, he has come to take his money back. No problem, absolutely. You have to give the money, that thing is over. But when you don't have the money, then the problem arises. Similarly, for 63 births, we have engaged in vikarma, vicious karma, right? Now all of those karma are coming for settlement. Why are they coming? They are coming for settlement. They are not coming to trouble you or make you suffer. They are just coming for settlement. But the trouble arises when you don't have the power. Yes, when you don't have the virtues, when you don't have the powers, then the trouble arises. Now let me tell you one very simple thing. There is this one sister, and she has an amazing help. So the help that she has in her house is amazing. She does amazing work. She cleans amazingly, cooks amazingly. She does everything amazingly. But that help is hard of hearing. And then she has to be told everything at least 7 to 8 times. Okay, so she does everything impeccably, but she has to be instructed properly. And for that instruction, this lady has to raise her voice and be very clear with the instructions, and that's a given in her case. Now, this lady, she came and she said, Didi, I have a lot of trouble with this help. I have to shout, I have to tell everything 10 times, and it's messing up with my life. So I said, you see that it's not a problem. She's a very good help. She's an asset. But the thing is, if you don't have the peace within, if you are not so loveful and so peaceful within, that you can tell something 7 times without getting disturbed. Yes? Why can you tell something once without getting disturbed? And why can't you tell something, why can't you repeat something 7 to 10 times without getting disturbed? What is the problem there? So the problem is that you have the love to talk once with love, but you don't have the capacity to talk 7 times in peace and love, or repeat the same thing. So I said, if you just worked on that one capacity, you would realize that you're so blessed. But you are always cursing your blessings because of that lack of capacity, not because of her. Because in this case, she is not even playing tantrums. She is just hard of hearing. She can't hear. So this is the only option. But if you don't have the power, I'm giving you a very, very simple example. The capacity to not having the capacity to repeat your own instructions. This has become such a problem. So we are all incapacitated spiritually in many ways. Yes, so Baba says that if you just took care of that, then everything that is coming your way, whether it is a difficult relationship or what you call a difficult relationship, because I don't think there is any difficult relationship per se. There are only relationships, and they are difficult or easy according to your capacity. Yes, so Baba says that if you build enough strength on the inside, then everything that you're dealing with will look like a settlement that has come, and you do the needful and it gets settled. Yes, and it also becomes an asset. Yes, so Baba says that this is what you do, and then this is what we call holistic success. So you are getting what you're supposed to get from every deal, and also you are earning blessings, you're not creating big karma. And Baba says all this comes from realizing yourself, realizing your identity as God's child, realizing your spiritual virtues and powers. So this is all about the blessing and the settlement. And then today Baba is talking about the sacrificial fire. I want you to go through the Murli very well every day. This manthan is not a substitute of the Murli. The Murli has 300 points. We only discuss 3 in the manthan. So it doesn't help if you only listen to the manthan. But this is for detailing. But Murli has to be listened to and read very, very patiently, and with a pencil, with a notebook. You must also note down whatever you understand, and whatever you don't understand also you note down and ask on WhatsApp. Now, one thing is today that Baba talks about is, Baba says that everybody in the world is seeking peace, but peace is the garland around your neck, gale ka haar. And then Baba says that this peace which you're looking for outside is the garland around your neck. And only if you stabilized yourself in your original religion, which is peace, you would feel peaceful. Now, why does Baba says that peace is the garland around your neck? So there is a story that there was a queen, and she thought she lost her necklace, and she kept looking for it in the whole kingdom, and eventually discovered that she was wearing that necklace. So Baba is telling that whatever you are seeking outside is not outside. But the thing is, do we know how to go inside? Yes, so I will tell you, there is, you get these small plastic boxes these days, those airtight ones, and then there is a lining of rubber inside the the cover of the box. And then there was this one sister, and she got this box, and she said that these boxes get dirty and they have to be thrown away. So I said, no, they don't get dirty. They are quite, they are nice and good. So she said, no, that dirt gets, accumulated inside. And then I told her, you bring that box and I will show you how to clean it. And then I just taught her how to remove that lining and clean it properly and then replace that lining. And then she said, okay, this is quite durable. I thought it gets dirty and it has to be thrown away. And I didn't know how to remove this lining of rubber. So you see that lack of knowledge sometimes makes you feel that, this whole thing has gone worse, gone bad. But then Baba today says, just like, you can remove that rubber lining and clean it, you can also separate yourself from the world for some time. Yes? And you can just experience, instead of experiencing the world 24/7. So you see that all our experiences are created through the man and buddhi. So what are you, whole day, what are you doing? You are focusing your attention on something that's going on in the world, and of course that is low energy, low vibration. And when you focus your attention on that, your mind starts feeling the feelings that low energy, low vibration behavior or situation is making you feel. Now Baba says, I teach you, I first tell you the truth that you are a soul and your quality is peace, purity. So you are like this star of peace and purity. So I give you this knowledge of the truth first. Then I give you the knowledge of the truth that your home is in the beyond. And that's a world of light and peace. And then I give you the knowledge that your father is Shiv Baba and he's the ocean of peace. And I give you the knowledge that your kingdom in Satyug is a world of peace and happiness. And with this knowledge, I also give you the knowledge that you have the capacity to unplug your man and buddhi from this world and take it to yourself, your home, your Baba, or your new world. And when you do that, then it's so easy to stabilize yourself in peace. And this is the method through which you do that. Otherwise, if you keep seeking peace in the world, you don't get it. And when you stabilize in yourself in peace through this method, this subtle, this spiritual method that Baba teaches you, then the peace that you create here, yes, through that shift in consciousness, that peace also gets radiated to this world. So you are experiencing peace and creating a peaceful world both side by side. You're doing this twofold job together by just stabilizing yourself in your original religion, in your original home, in front of your original father. And Baba says that this is the method to experience peace and also to fill yourself with the power of peace. Now you see, peace is an experience and peace is also a power. Yes, so every virtue is an experience and also a power. Now when the power of peace, when you really, do this very often, stabilize yourself in peace by remembering Baba, by remembering your original form, your original home. When you keep doing this, then you have the power of peace. And this power of peace, or for that matter, power of all virtues that Baba gives you, they help you settle your karmic accounts. So when settlement comes up, you are able to just be peaceful, respond peacefully, and allow that settlement to go. So then it gets settled. So Baba says there are so many purposes that this practice serves, but you have to realize the truth and stabilize yourself in the truth. Yes. And I was just thinking yesterday that, in the world also, when a child is small, young, he doesn't know the importance of education or practice or training. Did you know as a 3-year-old that you have to go to school and study and, do physical education and training and do mathematical practice and this and that? You didn't know. But the only thing you had at that time is faith in your father. He put you to school, you did that. He told you to practice, you did that. He told you do this, you did that. He told you don't do that, you did that. And later, much later in life, you realized that helped you. Similarly, today, Baba is saying, I am your father. I am the father of the soul. And even if you don't realize, just spend your time remembering me, spend your thought remembering me, spend your life doing everything according to the guidelines I give you in Srimad, and you will thank me later. So even if you don't realize it, just do it. Because you see that even about this settlement, sometimes we think that right now everything is fine and good. So I don't need meditation. But things come up suddenly. Situations come up suddenly. And if you, just like somebody who is enjoying on loan money and is not expecting the person to come back to be repaid, he just, lives his life obliviously. But he has to understand that according to knowledge, he has taken a loan and it has to come for settlement. Even if it has not come today, it will come tomorrow. And he has to build capacity. Similarly, Baba says that I have given you the knowledge that 63 births the soul has engaged in Vikarma. So you have to build capacity. You cannot ignore this. And you cannot say that only when the settlement is knocking at the door I will meditate. Or I will listen to the Murli, or I will try to follow Srimad. No. At that time it won't help, because you need a good amount of accumulation to settle it. So Baba says, just listen to the Father. And what I have seen is, on this path of knowledge, if you do everything because of understanding, okay, but I think there are many things that you can't understand at this point of time. But if you just do understand one thing, that I am a soul and I have a father and this is my father, and I have to just listen to whatever he says and do whatever he says, then you will realize at a later point in time that yes, this is your father and he has saved you from all the trouble of suffering, not pain but suffering. He has saved you the trouble of suffering because you listen to him. So this is what I think, because you recognize Baba and that love for Baba is there. If you just follow what he says, if you just do as he says, then you will thank him enormously later. Okay.